Hello and welcome to another episode of Bobcast. I'm here today with the three winners of the Asia Tk6 Singapore Match. They are Anthony, Desmond and Shin. So today we're going to talk to them a little bit about what they thought about the tournament, find out some insights from them and maybe learn some tips about being a good Tekken player. So let's get started. I'll just, maybe we can start with Anthony and we'll move down. So first question, how did you get started with the Tekken series?
I actually started quite recently compared to the rest. I started Tekken 6 is quite a recent game, I guess. Yeah, just a case of one day walking to the arcade and getting more interested in it and spending more money on it.
So only with the most recent game you got started?
Yeah.
So how long have you been playing?
I guess about almost 2 years now.
Alright, cool.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you get started with Tekken?
Started from the Tekken 1.
Okay,
the Tekken
that's
1.
very long.
Yeah.
Using Eddie.
Yeah, I use the character Eddie.
So you've been given the same style Eddie
Yeah,
and now
with Christy. Yeah.
For me, it's Tekken 4.
Tekken 4.
Yeah, so Tekken 4, Tekken 5, Tekken 6, so about 5 years.
That's
Five-
very,
yeah,
very long.
quite a long time.
Alright. So how do you get into the tournament scene? Like, were you always playing competitively or was it starting out as for fun?
I think it's just a natural progression because, I mean, when you play a fighting game, your objective is to win, and
Yeah.
the more you win, the more you want to win. So from there, you just enter tournaments. It's a natural thing.
So how long before you started, after you started, did you enter a tournament?
Well, I actually entered the first tournament that I was present for, and obviously I didn't go very far, but it's still a good experience for me.
Cool, very nice.
Tekken tournament scene.
Yeah.
I think I put him in to join with me.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
How long ago was that?
So I think this is Desmond's second tournament. Second tournament. He got second for
It's
another.
only his second, that's...
Yeah, so he's already second, so this potential he has.
That's crazy good.
Yeah, right.
Alright. And how about yourself?
Like Anthony say, when you play a fighting game, naturally you want to join the competition. Then what we like to play, because in casual game and competition is quite different.
Yeah,
Very exciting during the competition.
Okay, so what did you think of the recent tournament? How was it? And what was your most memorable fight?
Well, I think this tournament is a very good opportunity for the community in general because we don't get a lot of chances at having a big organized tournament. So it was nice to have some change in the pace. And for me, my most memorable fight would be, well, for any tournament, my most memorable fight would be the first, because the first match is always the most nerve-wracking ones because it's your introduction to this new tournament.
Yeah, you're just getting into it, right?
And I remember for this tournament in particular,
Did you have a very tough opponent?
my first opponent was I haven't seen him before. I've never met this guy before, so it was
that makes it
okay.
even more.
Yeah, so I have more to prove, I guess.
Right. Nice.
I find the recent tournament is very fun because I can see many players to join the competition. Yeah.
Do you guys meet up often, the Tekken 6 community, the Tekken community? Is it very close knit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys, most of you know each other?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
definitely, if you
Yeah.
come down to the boogie scene, you know.
It's arcade.
Yeah.
Arcade.
So what about yourself? What do you think of the tournament?
Tournament. Yeah, very well done. This tournament, so many people. Then the prizes were good. Then the community all chipped in. Everybody came down to support. This is one of the best tournament I had.
Oh really? That's really good. And what was your most memorable fight?
Definitely, I would say it would be with Anthony because I was very.
That was in the semi-finals.
Semi-finals, correct.
Yeah, I watched the video of that, and we'll actually get to run through that video later on.
Yeah.
Alright.
Because in the arcade, most of the time I'll lose to Anthony. So in the competition, I was hoping some luck would come to me, and luckily I won him.
Yeah, I think especially for practice games and when it comes to the actual tournament, it's very, very different. The atmosphere is different and
Correct.
it's just so different.
So
In a
different.
practice match, you might beat somebody like easily, but once it comes to the tournament, it's a completely different ball game.
Correct.
So, how do you prepare yourself for a tournament?
Well, honestly, I don't do much because at the end of the day, it's still a game. I don't want to make it like a school exam or something. I guess so. Maybe just get a clear head and get rid of any nervousness.
You practice a lot. I mean, I'm sure you play very often, right? So that's that's you already are naturally prepared because you already play very often.
That's basically the practice.
Yeah. So you don't step it up or anything.
Well,
Just
I would like to think that I step it up to the maximum style.
Alright. Okay.
I practice with my friend in the arcade and at home.
Alright.
Yeah.
Which console do you play on? PS3 or?
Yeah, PS3.
PS3 here.
And
Yeah, arcade, playing arcade.
you practice with
Sometimes
friends
I'll
at
go
the
over
arcade?
his place, then we'll practice.
Practice with me also.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, number 5. What advice would you give to people who want to play competitively?
I think the most important thing in any fighting game in general is to have as much experience as possible. Because this is a big game, there are like what, 40 characters. So
Yeah, it's a
if you
huge
meet a
list.
character that you've never seen before, you're gonna be in big trouble. So yeah, I guess my advice would be to just learn as much as
mechanics
possible.
and all
Yeah.
the characters.
This one's good.
Oh, alright.
Okay. Yeah. For me, what advice I would say, try to play more often. Play with a variety of players, so that you can up your game, not just play with a few characters. So play more experience will help you. Yeah.
And I think especially the people you play with is
Yeah.
very important, right? If
Correct.
you don't play with people who are good, you never,
Yeah.
you just can't improve,
Correct.
So, what do you think is the most important part of playing Tk6 well?
Well, I guess I would have the same answer as the previous question. You just have to not be surprised at something that you've never seen before. That's why you have to really expand your knowledge of the game.
Just knowing each character's moves and
Yeah.
how to respond to them.
It's a good reflexes.
Reflexes?
Yeah, right.
That's correct. I agree.
And you also think that's the most important part?
Yeah, I think in fighting games, a good reflex will help you.
So how do you train your, just by practice? I think after a while, after lots of practice, it just becomes second nature to
Yeah.
react to it, right?
Correct.
Alright. So yeah, I think now we'll just move on to the questions for Shin.
Okay.
Yep, because
Champion.
yeah,
Very
who's
lucky.
the champion of the Asia Tk6 Singapore Match. And so I'll just ask, was it tough?
Yeah,
Was it very
definitely,
tough?
because so many top players in Singapore, so many good players.
And then in the semi-finals, I think you had to fight 3 rounds consecutively because you were in the
Yeah.
losers bracket, right?
Correct, it was so tough. It was so
Yeah.
tough. Coming
And
up,
What was it like
nerve
during that
wracking,
time?
nerve wracking. Very
It's like any moment could be your last, right? When you're in the
Yeah.
losers bracket, there's no more chances. It's like that's it, right?
correct.
And how do you maintain focus? How do you not like just completely break down?
Because I wanted the PS3, so
Yeah, that's a good motivation.
I'm just kidding. Because after losing, I told myself I cannot lose anymore. So just try to focus, not think of anything else. Just think of the game, try to think what the opponent's trying to do. So and luckily for me, luck was on my side. So yeah, managed to win.
Alright, so what are your hopes for the upcoming tournament in Hong Kong? Are you preparing especially for it? or-
I didn't really prepare especially, but just try my best over there in Hong Kong, because I'm playing with the top players in the region, Asia region. So yeah, try my best and hopefully don't get last in Singapore. Don't get last.
Alright, thanks a lot guys for
Okay.
coming over. Now we'll just move on to look at some of the semi-final footage between Anthony and Shin.